Geek-men and the Masters of the Thunder Nerds is brought to you by our sponsors, Super 7, Bulk Dominoes, Nerd Gear, and the Madness Entertainment Network. All right, how's it going, Addie? How you doing tonight?
Good. Oops.
I'm pretty excited because,
Yeah.
as you know, we have a guest here, and I'm not. Without further ado, I'm just gonna straight up drop him in here. All right, Deece, how's it going?
Hey, what's up, guys? How you doing? I also have Sylvie here joining us tonight,
Oh, hi, Sylvie.
hanging out in the back room with me tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, as you can hear, Addie's daughter's hanging out with us too. So
Yeah.
more the merrier, always welcome. And so before we get into anything, I already dropped the link to your Kickstarter, Kill Stan number
All right.
3,
Thank you.
in the comments. So if you're watching, scroll up, click it, check it out, and all that. And we're going to be talking to Deece and all that about that and all that good stuff. Hey, Pops. And he's saying, Deece.
What's up, Pops? How you doing?
Yeah, so tell us, all right, just start from the beginning. Tell us about your journey, how you got into comics. Where did something like this happen?
I was born a poor black child, and that's probably a reference to a movie only Pops gets. In this, so I mean, I've always been a comic book fan my entire life. I was always always knew I wanted to write. Also, I've been writing professionally in some form or fashion for 20 years. I do stand-up comedy for a living. I've also published books, though. I've written for TV. I've done some sketch, improv. Thanks, Pops.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, it's from the movie The Jerk with Steve Martin. Yeah. For those of you who don't understand. But yeah, I mean, I've written for in a million formats over the years. Always loved it, and just finally decided to make it a thing. You know, I always wanted to do it, and last November just launched the book.
Nice. So this just started in November. So, and then how did that progress? How was it received, and how's the journey been so far?
It's been better than I could have imagined, honestly. My whole goal was just like, don't lose money, like I didn't want another vanity project because I'm busy enough, but between hate tweeting Republicans and Democrats, and being just anyone who still trusts our system, hate tweeting them, and raising my dogs and doing comedy. I got I don't have time. I mean, I'm busy pretending that pedophiles don't exist, right? Like I don't have time to do so. I'm like, I'm like, just don't lose money, and then it really, the first one came out, and I think really we just killed it. It came out of the gate strong, well received. I put together a pretty good marketing packet to get it into stores, do a bunch of conventions and this and that, and it just went really well, and we've been going strong ever since. I mean, this is the first book came out in November, and this is number 3 coming out already in August. So we're going fast.
Yeah, for sure. I know some people, especially with how TV shows go, they drop a season and then you have to wait a year or 2 before you see anything about it again. And it's like, it can be painful, but comics, indie comics, especially, there's a different breed.
I mean, I know indie creators that if they put out one book in a year, that's a good clip for them. Some people go years in between just to get. So we're trying to get a book out every 3 months is the goal right now. Really, the only thing holding that up is my artist. And no slight to my artist Felipe Sobriera. He's just, he's got this pesky thing called a wife and kids, and he's got to like support them.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what that's about, right?
Goddamn freeloaders. Get a job. What are you, 6 now? Cut the cord. My God, slave labor is legal somewhere. Dig up some rare earth minerals in the Congo. Let's get another iPhone. I need to get the iPhone 12 cheaper. So I can't afford to pay him to quit his day job in advertising yet. So when I hope to soon, because I'd like to get this to where we can do a monthly book. There's certainly, it's all written. It's just trying to get, he's got to pay the bills, and I understand that. So
I fully understand that, because I mean I am a writer myself, and I have my own ideas, but I'm just waiting on an artist and all that noise, and so it's like it's hard.
I mean, realistically too, it's probably good because it gives me an opportunity to sell the book for 3 months also, and kind of recoup some capital to invest back into the next issue. So it's a good clip, and it's just long enough to where people don't forget about it. But so it's I mean, for an indie book, people get pretty dedicated if they like it, and if you can get a new book out to them in a couple months, they're pretty satisfied. And I'm very active on social media with the book, so try not to let them forget about us.
Yeah for sure. So tell us a little bit about the story. What's the story about?
It is a story about a guy who wants to end his own life, so he decides to do it through vigilantism.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically suicide by vigilantism. So he doesn't want to live anymore. He doesn't really have the balls to necessarily do it himself. Not that, not promoting unaliving yourself, kids. But it is something people deal with, and I like to tackle heavy topics. I do it in all my writing. I do it in comedy, and I think there's a way to make it palatable and find it. There's stories in all of that. So he wants to end his own life. He decides to go out on the streets, and hopefully just someone will take him out quickly. He stays alive for longer than he thought. He ends up in possession of something that some nefarious people want back, and that is the vehicle for the kind of the catalyst that propels the plot. But that's just like the secret. That's like the surface pitch. Secretly, though, what people are reading and don't even realize it, you suckers, is you're reading a character piece about one man's personal journey of loss and trauma and the crazy things we do when we feel like we have nothing left to live for. So you think you're reading like this crime thriller, and then you get done with the book and you realize, oh man, I just had emotions. I just felt stuff. Ugh.
Yeah. What's this?
Yeah.
What's this weird taste in my mouth? I don't understand.
Yeah. Oh, so, you went to Catholic school too, huh?
It seems like a cool, interesting character, like aesthetically. Like, I was just gonna ask you, what is his mask exactly?
Thank you for I designed the character myself. It's the mask was kind of partly inspired by like a mix of some Japanese horror masks and some other things, and kind of a conglomerate. And then I added the crown. I wanted it to be simple, but also kind of striking and iconic. There is some subtext to the mask and the crown and everything as you go and read. If you really want to dig into the minutia and between the lines, you'll start to understand kind of what the mask really means. We never come out and say it because, we want people to kind of dig into it and figure it out and chew on it themselves. But there's definitely some spiritual or religious overtones attached to the mask, and his journey of finding himself and potentially finding his way back to the light. We'll see.
That sounds interesting. That's pretty cool. Oh man. So what do you have up there, Addie?
I was just looking up one of the artists. I see you have a handful of different variant covers as well by different various artists.
Yeah, so most of the covers I do. For number 3, we've got a guy named Manny Garcia. He's a local artist and friend of mine here in San Antonio. He did a cover for me. He's amazing. My girlfriend did one of the covers for number 1, also kind of the painted variant. Most of the covers I'm doing though, and we always do like a main cover, which is always like black and red, and like a black background with red silhouette. And then we do a variant cover, like a B cover, which is a very off type. Like we did a painted variant for number 1. I did like a graffiti style for number 2. And then we do like a bloody foil edition, which is kind of usually an inverse of the A cover. So, yeah.
That's cool. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. What else can you tell us about the story? Is there anything you have aspirations to take it somewhere? Like, is it going to be a set number of issues, or is it just open? It can go where the story takes you.
It's 10 issues. The whole thing's written, so it is done. We know. Well, at least I know everything that happens and how it ends. Which is actually, it's almost worse that way, because I so desperately want to get to the end of this thing, not just because I'm tired, but because that too, but also because I want people to get the whole story and really be able to know what is going on. And what, like I was at a convention this last weekend and I had someone buy number 1 on Saturday. Then they came back on Sunday and bought number 2. And they had some questions and they wanted to know more. And I gave them some cryptic answers, but I also gave the answer that isn't always fulfilling for people, which is you're going to find some answers soon, but I hate to tell you, those answers might just leave you with more questions. Because I always say that, like, Wolverine was infinitely more interesting when we didn't know his past, when it was like a mystery, like in the first Star Wars movie, when they mentioned the Clone Wars, you're like, oh, the Clone Wars, what the hell is that? That sounds crazy. And your mind just swims, right?
Yeah.
Then you watch the Clone Wars movie and you're like, fuck, I wish I would have just only knew. I wish I would have known the reality of it, because that was garbage. What was in my head was so much cooler. And I in almost everything I write, I like to leave a lot up to the reader to kind of interpret it. And also, it's just more interesting that way. It's just everything, like Alien. The first Alien movie was great. There's Alien, we don't know where he's from. There's one of them, it's gone. Now we know the whole origin and the minutia, and you're like, yeah, I don't care. None of that mattered. That was okay. But like, just this thing, it's here, it's horror, now it's gone. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah, I can see that. That's true for sure.
So, I do have other books I've written that we're going to do after this, but Kill Stan is 10 issues and then it is done.
Okay.
So
So I imagine it probably gets a little difficult. You're like, oh, was that in this issue or is that in another issue? It's like you have to, when you have it all written, it's like, oh wait, did I just give something away? I don't know.
I really spent a lot of time meticulously laying out the plot points, and what was going to go in what issue, and continuity, and to make sure, we were flowing correctly. I certainly things got massaged a little towards the end. Things, the last couple issues evolved a little bit, but not much from the original skeleton.
Yeah.
When I plot pointed out for each issue, it was originally a 12-issue series. I ended up truncating it to 10, because my goal was to make sure I didn't want any filler. I wanted every panel to matter, every panel to make you kind of just be relentless. Every panel kept moving. I never wanted it to ever give you any opportunity to pull back. And the 12 issues, I just, once I started looking at them, there's just a little bit of bloat here at the end. And I'm like, I think I can get this into 10. And, there are some of the nice thing about doing your own comic book is that I can make the issue as many pages as I want.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, I don't have to hit 24, no more, no less. I think the first issue is 28 pages of content. The second one was 24. I think number 3 is 30 pages of content. So it's if I need to do a couple more pages for this book, and, if the last issue needs to be 34 pages, who cares? Let's just do that. I'd rather have that than try to fill another issue and have some bloat in there.
Yeah. I know that happens all the time in mainstream comics because, dude, I tell you what, I picked up the Thundercats issue because I'm a Thundercats guy, and it's I read the first issue and it's is that it? That's everything? And it felt incomplete. So I pick up the next issue and it didn't quite pick up the same way, and it's what is this? And it's there's a bunch of filler and side stuff, and it's how about you focus on the main story?
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, it's so indicative of this. It's almost worse than being bad, because I know let me see if I'm explaining this correctly. Tell me if I'm wrong. But because I read Thundercats too, and I tried when it first came out, and then around issue 12 or 13, I tried again to get back into it. I'm like, now I'll give it another shot. And it's worse than it wasn't bad, but it was it was nothing. And being nothing is worse than being bad, because do you know what I mean? Because at least if it's bad, they probably took a chance or did something, or there's something about it that they were at least doing something. It made you feel something. But when you read it and you're that was 7 minutes of nothing. I don't even know. It's just kind of just happened,
Yeah. It felt all circumstantial. It was okay, well, I don't even know what's going on. what was the point of this issue?
Yeah.
So it's I picked up the next one. And it's okay, well, maybe it'll pick up, but it never did.
Yeah, I really tried. Yeah, I read the first couple issues and I dropped off, and I picked it back up again around 13, 14, because I'm I'm going to try again. And same thing. I felt that way with Silverhawks when it came out, because I'm 42, so all that shit was in my childhood. So I'm maybe it'll be cool, and it just it's just nothing's happened. And it's unfortunate, because I get it. That's it's kitschy properties with some nostalgia, so it's easy to just kind of ride on the laurels of the name.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think like Kirkman with G.I. Joes and Transformers is proving that you can really do some cool stuff. Like personally, I am not loving Transformers or G.I. Joe, but I know a lot of people who rave about it.
Yeah.
So at least, you know, I don't know a lot of people that are like raving about Thundercats or Silverhawks.
Well, I know I still buy the issues, unfortunately. Because I love the property.
Sure.
I mean, my desk is full of Thundercats and stuff. I mean, I have two of the dopiest characters right here.
Listen, man, I buy every issue of X-Men. I don't remember the last time. It's probably been 15 years since I was enjoying the monthly series.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I don't know. I buy it for one, just to have something to collect. Two, I'm hoping it'll get picked up and become more popular and so it'll be something someday. Maybe they'll make a movie out of it or something. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping.
Listen, here's my biggest fear is I don't know if you saw the theatrical release of the movie Cats, but imagine them with swords. That's fucking nice. Okay? You don't want that. That is CGI. You know, that is not a movie you want. They're not prepared to make Thundercats live action yet.
Right. Well, I mean, I've seen some Henry Cavill fan art where he's Lion-O and it's just like, ooh, that would be so cool.
Hey, listen, I get it. Like, I just don't think the CGI is there.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's too weird. And I don't they try to do it CGI instead of practical effects.
Yeah.
And it would just, I think you gotta wait until Skynet's taken over and can do it properly.
Well, I mean, I think they could do, I mean, Avatar's practically cat type thing.
Yeah, but
so
here,
I think they could do Avatar route and
but Lee, I don't know, man. I don't know about you, but like, so my girlfriend's favorite movie is Avatar. She watches those things all the time. Like literally probably once a month at least watches those movies. Like when I go out to do comedy at night, she watches it's that or the Hunger Games. It's all she watches. Wow. I don't think she knows we have any other TV. But like I watch it, like I'll come home and she's asleep and it's on and I'll watch it. And if you really like look at it, it's like not quite in the uncanny valley yet. Like you can tell it just looks very painted. Like it looks very animated, you know. It's like almost an animated, I mean it is an animated movie, but like it's not quite there yet. And I'd rather they just wait until they can do it right than have some half-ass version.
Yeah, I get you. But I mean, I'd be fine with it if they did it Avatar style. I'd be totally fine with it. But this is also more like a Pocahontas type style retelling, modern retelling of Pocahontas type.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It gets old with all the reboots and stuff. Like, I mean, how many times have they tried to do Masters of the Universe and it's now just looking like it's gonna be happening? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. I mean, here's the thing too, though, is those properties, although I mean they've stood the test of time as far as like continually being an IP that pops back up every 7 years, you know, or something like that. But those are not evergreen like Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Or you know, I mean, I don't think that Masters of the Universe movie is going to do what people think it's going to, or what they want it to do. And I don't think, like, I think they maybe even realized with like Thundercats, like, I don't know how old you are, but
I'll be 40 next month.
Okay, so you're probably like at the cutoff for Thundercats, right?
Yeah.
So I
was more Ninja Turtles but I grew up my mom said I grew up in the wrong era because I loved He-Man and Masters of the Universe and
right.
Thundercats and stuff and Star Wars. And so, yeah.
Well, it's because I'll tell you why. It's because when we were kids, they didn't make new shit as much.
Right.
So we just had the same shit for like, they're like, here's this thing that's lead painted.
Yeah.
Play with this for 10 years and we'll see you in 40 when you have mesothelioma. Until then, shut the fuck up and play with your Thundercat. But like that, well, they just didn't make as much new shit.
Right.
So we all had, like, that was the same thing through the 80s. Cause like, I mean, I mean, E.T. was in like 84 and I remember growing up with it and I was born in 82. So like,
yeah,
it just was, but what I was saying is I don't think that there's a big demand or audience for Thundercats. Like, anyone under 40 isn't going to give a shit about Thundercats as a movie.
Right.
And I just being honest. I mean, it's
true.
It's part of the only reason that I think a Thundercats and Silverhawks comic book even works right now is because the average age of a comic book reader right now is probably 41 and a half. So, that they're like, oh, let's milk the shit out of this. Like same thing with Transformers and G.I. Joe. Like, let's milk the shit out of this right now while we can, because, this generation will be dead in 20 years or be done
diapers
comics in 10. And no one else gives a shit about this that's under 40.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's you're definitely not wrong. But I don't know. It is what it is, I suppose. But I mean, I'm as a toy collector, I also have the Cat Slayer, but from Super 7, and the Thunder Tank, and the Sky Cutter is coming. So it's like I have all that, I have all the toys, and it's like, okay, this is my jam.
Yeah.
But it's rough.
Yeah. I mean, it in our heads, we're like, yeah, that sounds great. But I mean, ask a 17-year-old or even a 25-year-old. They're going to be like, we don't know what that is. We don't care. Listen, old man, I'm beating off to my avatar in my, with my Google glasses. I don't need your Thundercats.
Right. Yeah, that is definitely true.
Yeah, it's just not. It's a different world. I mean, honestly, I really think that we are drastically nearing the end of comic books in general. I mean, I don't want to. It's not the sky is falling, but it's certainly getting a little tighter. Because same thing with comic books as Thundercat. I mean, it's just they're just not bringing in new readers. There's not younger readers. I mean, there's some, but not enough to keep it moving like it has been. And I mean, I think Disney would give their left nut to to have to be able to kill the print division of Marvel and never print another comic book. I mean, they'd be fine with doing some digital stuff, but if they could never print a physical comic book again, they would love to. Yeah.
It's stupid, but I don't know. It is what it is, that's what I say all the time. But I don't know. So tell us about your comedy, your what's all that? I know you said you just crack jokes about heavy stuff and all that. So where's that coming from?
Oh man, probably the usual bad parents, teenage angst, a genetic propensity for alcoholism, the usual inspiration for comedy. I just always loved comedy, man. Even when I was like a real little kid, I used to So I would like pretend that I would fall asleep. So what happened is like my dad would sit on the sofa when he got home from work, and he would just like usually drink until he fell asleep on the sofa, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom would go to sleep early, and I would be laying on the floor of the sofa or the living room, and I would pretend like I was asleep. So if my mom thought I was asleep, then she would just leave me there and just let my dad take me to bed whenever he woke up at like 3-4 a.m., you know. So what I do is I'd pretend I was asleep, and then after my mom would go to sleep, and once my dad would fall asleep, I would sit up and I would watch TV all night. And I would watch like Tonight Show. I would watch Saturday Night Live. They used to do this thing called Stand Up Spotlight on VH1 back on the weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They'd have these, you know, stand up showcase things, and I'd watch that, and I just was enamored by it. You know, I loved it. And you know, watching Weekend Update, it was my favorite on Saturday Night Live. That's when like Norm Macdonald was hosting it. He's my favorite. Norm was great, and I just loved it. And you know, I never I never really knew how to get into it. I mean, really, since I could put pen to paper, all I wanted to do was write. And that's really what I had always been pursuing in my life, is writing in some form or fashion. I wanted to write, you know, books, comic books, and I mean, everything. And where I'm from in Long Beach, California, I was hanging out at this bar I used to go to a lot, and they had an open mic night on Tuesdays, and I would go just to watch because I just liked comedy. And at the time, I didn't know, like, I didn't realize that these were not, I thought these guys did comedy. I didn't realize they were just like jack-offs. They were just, you know, decided to go do, you know, try their hand, or, you know, right? And I used to hang out and talk to the guy who ran it afterwards. And one night I was talking to him, he's like, you know, he goes, "You're really funny." He goes, "Why don't you try this?" And I go, "I don't know. I didn't know. I guess I didn't know I could." I never really thought about it, you know?
Yeah.
And he goes, "Well," he goes, "next week I'm going to sign you up and you're going to do a couple minutes." And I'm like, "Okay. All right. Yeah. Let's do it." So I went home and I started looking through my notes, because I used to write notes I had a whole notebook of just things I thought were funny, like non sequiturs, or like things I would use, like, oh, this would be good in like a script for someone to say that's like a joke, like, this is funny, you know, and like, these are things that I could use. I didn't know where I was going to use them. I would just have them for something, you know. I would just look over and be like, oh, that could be an interesting thing this character says. And I kind of massaged some of them and changed them a little, and you turn them into, and what I realized later, as I got into comedy and started like writing jokes intentionally, I'm like, oh, I was writing comedy. Like, I was writing jokes. I just didn't know what format to put it in. You know, I didn't know what format it was going for. So yeah, I started doing it, and I kept doing it. And then I was simultaneously I was writing a book I was trying to get published. So I was looking for work writing, and I found these websites that were paying for comedy writers. And I submitted some articles, and they hired me, and I started writing for them. And then it just kind of kept going.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Now I get to spend weekends in Butte, Montana, beautiful places, you know. So things are going very well. I might kill myself soon, but things are going well. I'm just kidding. I won't. I can't.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Towels at the Motel 6 are too flimsy. They don't hold my body weight. I've tried. So
yeah, I hear you. I don't know. So let's make our way over to the Kickstarter and get into the meat and potatoes of your Kickstarter here. Let me share this, and I will share. Okay. All right. All right. So here we go. Where's the... Okay.
Oh, you know, you should be able to... you want me to... I don't know what link you're on. Let me see here.
Oh, maybe campaign. Okay, yeah, here we go.
You got it?
This is what I was looking for. All right. So let's see. Where do we have... Oh, your digital download here. Oh, that's... I really dig this mask. It looks so cool.
Thank you. Yeah.
Felipe. Letters Jimmy G. All right. So I mean, for just a mere $7 or just any amount of money you can give can help you get there. But for $7, you got your digital copy. Must read. Reader reviews. Awesome. Yeah, so it must be nice to see the reviews come in and see that they're positive, and it must give you some, I don't know, some sense of accomplishment, maybe, or I'm not sure what word to describe it.
Well, I'm Catholic. We don't believe in accomplishment,
Right.
but it is nice to know that people are connecting with it.
Yes,
people are getting what I'm doing, because not to toot my own horn, or not to be reductive about what anyone else is doing, but there is a really like deep story happening here. It's easy to read something like this and be like, oh, it's a punch 'em up and there's guns and these punches and he has a mask, and you're like, yeah, those things happen, but that really is not. That's just a conduit to, again, tell you the actual story. And a lot of people really connected with it very quickly and really got what I was doing. And I appreciate that. The ones that can dig into it and understand, like, I felt like I was there with him. I was in his head. You really sucked me in. It felt cinematic. It moved so quickly. And so, really just drew me in. So, those things are important to me. I really wanted to make these people relatable, give you a sense of this feeling that I think we all can relate to, of, not knowing what we would do when we've lost everything, or feeling like we really could go crazy because we have nowhere else to turn,
Yeah. I just love that. The spit flying everywhere. It's awesome. So what's happening here?
So this,
maybe a little behind the scenes type.
Yeah, this is Detective Pearson. He's he's the main bad cop. He's a bad apple. It's basically a corrupt police force, and he's kind of one of the main guys in that. He is also working for the big bad in the series, who we meet in this issue also.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Kind of the main local mob boss. He's looking for Stan. He's at their apartment, which was just ransacked, and they're trying to find where he is. And there was a kind of a skirmish there, and they're trying to figure out where he is so they can kill him.
That'll certainly do it. Oh, man. What is going on here?
And all the while, Stan is currently incapacitated at a local hospital.
Bloody and beat up.
The aftermath of what happened in number 2. So
yeah, okay, that's cool. Dig his arm. That's cool.
Yeah, so these are the you see again the kind of the trend here. The main cover is always a black with like a red silhouette image.
Yeah.
The variant cover is always going to be a completely off type, completely different vibe.
Yeah.
And then the foil variant is a kind of an inverse of the main cover, white and with the bloody foil. So
Yeah.
So you can see the same thing in number 2. And then the foil for number 3 hasn't been revealed yet. We always do a limited edition, only print 25 of a cover and do that as an exclusive for the Kickstarter.
Nice.
So, and then we do the foils as a retailer exclusive. So only the retailers get those. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. And so we also had looks like a catch-up tier.
Yeah.
All 3 issues.
Yeah, you can get all 3 digitally for $12.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how much for all. I think $35 for all 3 physical.
There we go. 25 and there we go. Nice. That's cool. Oh, and your comedy special.
Yeah.
I dig it. Oh, that's cool. Oh, so you can get that as an add-on too, huh?
What's that?
The comedy special.
Yeah.
Not your cup of tea.
Yep.
That's cool. Yeah, I saw you posted this that you got a 9.8 and you're gonna ship it to someone.
Yep. One only.
Awesome.
There's one only available. Got it in hand already, sitting here at the house.
Yeah.
CGC 9.8 signature series. So
that's awesome. I like I said, it must be awesome to see how well it's doing and get that kind of reception and then for the ball to continue to be rolling and it's just got to be an awesome feeling.
Yeah, I mean it's been great, good response, and I've got I think we're in like about a dozen comic shops already that are supporting us, and just working on getting in more and hitting conventions. I mean, I think I've got 14 conventions left this year on the calendar, and I'm looking at a couple others. So
nice. What was he saying? Okay. Other nonsense. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Let's check in on Addie here. Let's see. Oh, nice.
Hey.
And I tell you what, Addie is one of the fastest I think I've seen ever.
Cranking it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Insanely talented too.
What do you drawn on, or what program do you use, Addie?
Thanks. Yeah, I'm drawing on Procreate right now. It's just what I'm used to. I plan on getting something fancier at some point.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow up very techy, so my kid's screaming.
Not a fan of Procreate, I see, huh? Yeah, I use Clip Studio Paint, and I've been trying. I want to graduate to Procreate, then keep going from there. So Clip Studio Paint is pretty intuitive and does most of what Procreate can do. But man, it's I just started on it a couple months ago, and
yeah, I agree. I have used Procreate just because I'm not an artist, but I have it downloaded on my tablet just so I can draw what I'm trying to get out.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's what is required. And she obviously does things that I can't ever dream of doing. It's amazing.
Thanks.
But, yeah, I love it. Yeah, like Pop said, Addie is one of our favorite discoveries.
Have a look at the size of that thing. You know, because I'm almost 9 months pregnant.
Yeah,
got another one coming.
Size. Yeah. So let's get a closer look.
Yeah, and that will be exciting when you do give birth.
The birthing.
Yeah, the birthing. Yeah.
That's what I call it. I told Pops if he gets like a couple million, I think I said 7 million subscribers, he's got like a few weeks left. I don't think it's gonna work out. But I'm like, we'll live stream it.
Oh, that would be
too
wild.
bad y'all got gypped on that one, on that deal.
Whoa, I don't think you can say that anymore. Just kidding, I don't give a shit.
He's volunteering you. Pops is volunteering you. Deece could host the delivery show as a comedian.
Delivery show tonight on the delivery show. Ew.
Interview the baby after. Now, what were you thinking when you were coming down the canal?
We could put it behind a membered wall and charge.
Give us the inside scoop. Ew. Gross.
Addie, did you expect the baby to be Asian?
I had no idea. I did not have relations with that man.
Oh boy, that would be wild. I don't know. That would definitely be outrageous. I don't know how to get back to the normal view.
Need some drama and gossip on this channel.
Right? For sure. Let's see. Did I do it? No, I didn't do it right. Okay. There we go. Oh, boy. Yeah. Baby. What baby? Oh. So, I don't know, man. What's next? What's next for you?
For comic books, what's next?
For everything.
Oh, for everything.
Yeah.
Probably just keep pretending that we're all fine, that genocide's good, and there's no pedophiles in America. That's my goal, is to just, I know one thing, it's that I can trust anything our government says. So I think we're just good. I'm just happy. I'm happy we figured out that, there were thousands of victims and no one was trafficked, though. No one's on that list, things like that. What are we going to do? Who cares? What are we going to, we can't plan for tomorrow. We might get blown up tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Probably. You never know.
No, I've got I'm busy. I got stand-up comedy regularly. I'm working on trying to get some other creators published. I want to start publishing other creators' books through Inferno Comics. And it's kind of it's a little challenging because, I really am looking for, I say this specifically, but also I couldn't tell you what I'm looking for. I just am looking for specific, something unique. I'll know it when I see it, and I want stuff to be character driven is my main thing. Very character driven, plot heavy, not like a slog, but I just need some substance there, because I've talked to a couple people that have submitted me some stuff, and it's just kind of it's not bad. It might, people might enjoy it, but it's not really what I want to represent in our brand. I'm looking for specific styles. And then I've got, oh my God, a dozen projects I'm working on that I want to get out next. So.
Well, that'll be cool. I will definitely keep that in mind when I have a comic one day.
Yeah, just
I doubt it'll ever happen, but
no, it's easier than you think. Really, well, I shouldn't say it. It's easy in a sense. It just takes time and money.
Yeah, which I don't have either.
Yeah. So
well, I have time. I have all the time in the world. I just don't have money.
Yeah, unless you're like I was talking to this young girl at a convention this weekend. She came to my booth with her dad, and we were chatting. And her dad was, I loved him because her dad was very supportive. He asking me questions. He's like, "Well, how did you?" He's asking me questions for her because she's a little like shy. And finally, I just asked her. I'm like, "So do you write and draw your own comic books?" And she goes, "Yeah." And I go, "Great." I go, "You're ahead of the game." I go, "I got to pay someone to draw my shit." I didn't say shit. I said stuff. I got to pay someone to draw my book. I go, "You can do it yourself." I'm like, "That's amazing." I go, "Just keep drawing and keep writing, and you can put it out there digitally, and that's a start." And so for the people like us who have to pay an artist, it's that's the biggest obstacle.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure. I don't know, but it is what it is. One day it'll happen, or it won't. I'll be dead, and then I won't care. Really won't care,
yeah, then it won't matter.
Yeah, it won't matter. But yeah, so I wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Is there any particular event that's coming up that you want to promote, or other than obviously the Kickstarter is number one priority?
Yeah, mostly I would say just go to the Kickstarter, check out all the options. There's some cool exclusives. There's you can get caught up on past issues. If you haven't read here, I'll let's see, this might, here we go. Apparently I'm not allowed to comment. That's a more direct link that might be not like this.
Yeah, no.
That's, you can get caught up on all 3 issues with the new Kickstarter. You can order directly from us on our website, inferno.earth. Follow us on Instagram at inferno.earth. That's a big one. That's where I'm most active on Instagram. Really just trying to build the following, get the book out there. The digital copies are cheap if you want a low barrier to entry. But I guarantee if you read the book, you're going to connect with it somehow. As for me, you can go to Deece.Comedy.com or Deece.Comedy on Instagram. I'm do comedy everywhere. If you want me to do comedy near you, I will. Just pay me and I'll come. And I'll do comedy.
I want you to stand right behind me and just
listen. I've done some weird shows. So I will. I am an easily bought whore. Okay, that's what I want people to know. I am easily bought, and I will sell out in a heartbeat. But yeah, check me out at Deece.Comedy. If you go to my website, Deece.Comedy.com, there's a link called Not Your Cup of Tea. You can go there, and that'll take you to my comedy special, my 1-hour special I did last year. It's got a lot of great stuff on there, and we're doing a deal right now where you can pay whatever you want, and you'll get the full 1-hour download of the special, the video version, high def 4K. You can pay $5, $10. You can even pay $1. It's a dick move, but you'll still get it. And yeah, we'll send you the link, and you'll have the video forever to watch. As long as you don't have delicate sensibilities, you'll have a good time.
Nice. Yes. Toss a coin to your Witcher. Let's check back in on Addie here one more time. Oh, yeah. I dig it.
Nice. Nice.
Oh, yeah. So, Addie, where can you be found?
Aside from your mom's basement.
Yeah, right.
No, yeah, you can find me on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube at AddieMarieArt.
Heck yeah. Yep. Pop says that looks like a variant cover.
Yeah.
Could
Oh
be.
boy.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I appreciate you coming out and
Yeah.
hanging with us, and yep. If you need anything, let me know. I'll gladly have you on as a to push harder again later on in the campaign if you want. Or
Right on.
and I'm always promoting other comic artists and stuff like that through Instagram and Facebook, and I readily share all that stuff all the time. So I will be doing that as well to help in the small amount of way that I can help anyway.
Yeah, thank you.
So,
man.
let's see. And we all appreciate you coming out, Addie Marie. Yep. And yeah, so until next time, let's see. Well, I didn't do this last night because I suck. But
oh yeah. Thanks for reminding me, Pops. You can also catch my show, The Social Hour, every other Tuesday on the Madness Network. We have a audio version that comes out every Wednesday on my network, but because of my schedule's fucking nightmare, and when I record and how I record, we do every other week the video version on the Madness Network. So check that out. We have great guests. I talk to all kinds of people. I've interviewed the creator of Deadpool. I've interviewed presidential candidates. I interviewed someone this week about AI. That's a fun conversation. That'll be out soon. Where I do all kinds of stuff. So it's all over the map as far as who we talk to. But come check it out.
Yeah, awesome. And yeah, so if you are a follower of ours specifically, we will be watching the Old Guard and the Old Guard 2. We'll be talking about those those movies on Friday, and we'll be watching Old Guard 2 on Thursday nights for the Madness movie. And let's see. Yep. And that's it. I will wrap it up and put a pin in it. Until next time, Thunder Nerds Ho.